So why do we have the different posting keys, number of posting keys for accounts receivable and accounts payable? Because to control the screen layout of the transaction screens, which field should be mandatory or optional, that we control through posting keys, because in posting keys we have field status, correct? But then how do we control this field status of the transactions for the GL accounts? GL account transactions. AP50, F-02. If you are posting, there we have only two posting keys. Posting key 40 for debit, 50 for credit. So how do you control the field status, or how do you control the transaction screen fields? Like which cost center should be mandatory, or line item should be mandatory or optional? How do we control this? So we have number of field status group in case of GL accounts, but in case of vendor and customer, we don't have field status groups.
For sub-ledgers.
That's why we have the different posting keys to control the screen. Field status we have in the vendor account group, but that is going to control the vendor master screen, not the transaction screen. So that kind of field status we have even in GL accounts, right? We have GL account groups, right? And we have vendor account groups also. So the field status we maintain at group level, that will control the master data screen, which field has to be optional or mandatory when you create a GL master or when you create a customer master. But when you are posting a transaction through this GL code, then that in that transaction screen, whether the text should be optional, mandatory, assignment, field, cost center, profit center, all these things, these fields has to be mandatory or optional, that we control through field status groups, which we assign directly in the GL master. But this mechanism we don't have for the vendor master. In the vendor master, we don't assign any field status. So how do we control the screens of the vendor master transactions? So for that we have different posting keys.